Round two, trying this again. I wiped out the first two videos because I can't get the lighting right. I don't know what to do. It's a dark, dreary day. I was awakened by a huge kaboom, thunder crack, which is wonderful. I'm thrilled to have the rain, and I hope it didn't start any fires. I hope it rained enough to quell any fires that might have gotten sparked. These are my rolly carts in my living room, and I'm trying to get back far enough so you can see all of them. Cricket, here, just a minute. My dog, sorry, she's having a fit because her ball was on the floor. Animals. Anyway, I got most of these. In fact, I'm looking over around my camera, and I believe I got all four of these from Suzette, and about 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in September, so we're close enough. So I did a 1-year update video last year, and I will put a link to that, and I will also put an unboxing video to see where we've come. You have to bear in mind that I did have a hellacious outbreak of thrips throughout my whole house, and the plants really suffered with the 3 rounds of treatments. I think the first was like 7 days apart, and then 10 days apart, and then 14 days apart. And that was a lot of washing. Each round took me about 19 hours to spray down every damn plant to get rid of those thrips. The good news is, well, maybe not so good, but partly, is I had 2 horrible rounds of wasp stings. I mean, like multiple stings, 10, 12 at a time. And they were just as I was starting to feel better from the first round of them, I got nailed again 1 day in between. So it was like 4 days apart. I had multiple wasp stings, which really made me feel like crapola. So I bit the billet. I hired a company to come in and spray them. I can't get rid of them, and this stuff is supposed to last for 3 months, and I can see already it's starting to kill them off. And he found many, many more nests that I had missed. I already emptied 7 cans of spray on them, and I'm very stingy with the spray because once it gets on them, it kills them. You don't have to just keep blasting them. The spray cans are expensive. They're like $7, $8 a piece. So anyway, though that spray also kills thrips. And he sprayed outside, of course, but it drifts down on my flower beds that are around all the way around the house, and every one of them had thrips in it. So I don't know if the thrips came from a plant I bought or if they came through my screens into my plants. I don't know, but however, those thrips are going to be dead. And so back to the plants. This is the Echo Denise here. And yes, the crispy edges are from the thrip ordeal and recovery. And I also I was able to chop and prop a piece of it this spring, and so that's going in there. That's coming up. I thought I had 2. I think I do. I have the main vine, and then I have another vine. So I have 3 pieces now growing up the moss pole. So eventually that'll fill in and get better, and it's almost to the top. So when it goes past enough to get a nice cutting on it, I'll chop it again and pot it back down in the mother pot. Okay, Suzette, you're going to flip. This is the Peru that you sent me. You sent me one cutting, and then later you sent me a second one in another plant trade or something. I don't remember, but anyway, you sent me a second one. I let them both grow pretty long and then cut them node for node. I put babies down in the bottom. And of course, this is, 2 years worth of plant coming along. And I love this plant. It's such a beauty. It's just gorgeous. I don't have as much as the yellowing in the leaves as some people have, but they are gorgeous leaves. They're so textural. I don't know. I just love them. All right, this is the Florida red stem, and now we're really getting backlit. I'm adjusting my light. Hopefully that'll help. And there, I'll get it around. It's doing well. It was just, it was one cutting, and I thought I had a second. No, it hasn't. I think I got a second cutting off of it, and then it died. And so I have found that a lot of people can make their cuttings, root them, and plop them right back into the mother plant. That doesn't work for me. I need to pot them up in a separate cup, a smaller pot, until they get pretty well established, and then poke them into the mother plant. So anyway, and I tried it many, many, many times. So, okay, this is the Mexicanum. And the poor Mexicanum has really been through the ringer. I got it. It was a plant. It had roots on it. And when I potted it up, the roots fell off. They just literally fell off. So I had to go back to rerooting it. And so it was going along really good. And I went to repot it because it had been, a year or so in that same little, 5-inch pot, maybe. And the damn roots fell off again, so I had to reroot it again. So anyway, here we go. I managed a cutting. I did chop, it got taller, and I managed to cutting. All this little fuzzy stuff you're seeing is off my moss poles. It's still really shedding. I don't know why, but I managed to get a cutting off of it, maybe two. I don't know. I can't see if there's a second cutting or if that's the mother plant. No, that's a second cutting. Okay, so I've chopped it twice now and got it going. And I had one cutting that got separated from the tag, and I didn't know what the hell it was. So I had mystery plant, and it took about a year for it to grow to a shape where I could figure out what it was and put it in there. So it's new to the pot. So that's doing good. Now I'm going to move over to the other side. I have the rolly carts turned around backwards because I have the Syngonium pot, the long community pot there, and I wanted to give it some extra light. And of course, now it's dark today, but so anyway, well, as long as I'm right here, I'll show you. This is my Cebu Blue. This was a, wow, can't see anything. It's a total start over, total do-over, because again, on the thrips, I made cuttings off the mother plant, and then I just threw it away. I threw the dirt, I kept the pot and washed it out and sterilized it, but I threw the rest of it, the dirt, roots, everything away. Started fresh. So this is a brand new plant, and it's doing good. It's just now starting to take off and grow, and I'm not disappointed in it. And it looks nice, and it's not leggy anymore. My poor, let me get my dog out of the way. Look out, Jax. My poor Jungle Boogie. Boy, the thrips got into the main stem on that. And as you can see, it just annihilated it. This is a chunk of the main stem. Look at the size of it. I mean, it's huge. And those cuttings aren't doing well. I don't know if they're going to come out of it or not. There's some growth on it. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, these are doing okay. This was off the mother plant, and so far so good. I'm not seeing any thrip damage or anything like that. So but it's little, which is okay. You know, I'm okay with that. Up here, I have my Boea, and she really, really, really needs a real repot, and she's really, really, really tangled up in that light cord. So I need to wait until this vine blooms and dies off. And it will do that. That's the nature of the plant. Oops, oh no, don't tell me. No, that's the same. Oh God, this thing, my husband loved this plant. He thought it was so funny that when it overtook me like that, he said, I'm sure that plant's going to wrap around my throat and strangle me at night. But it never did. Anyway, that's that. And then this is my narrow form Adansonii. I don't know. God, the lighting is just, let me grab my light again and see. I've got a clamp light on my tripod. There. And that's a total do-over from the mother plant and the thrips episode. I did the same thing with that. And you know what? I don't think it's a bad idea to take cuttings when your plants get so big and the pots are so huge. Those are old galvanized buckets that I spray painted. They had holes in the bottom already. So anyway, I don't think it's a bad idea to, when your plants get so big and the pots have to get so big, and I'm 74 years old, I'm strong, but damn it, you know, those great big heavy pots. And after the thrips episode, I just kind of put my foot down and said, okay, this is as big as the pots are going to be. And if the plants can't grow in that, then I'll just start them over again and throw the big plants or give them away. So anyway, that's what's growing here. And I have two Zelenicas, I think, Dracaenias, and they sure do need dusting. So here's the other rolly cart. And I did the same. Suzette sent me two tubii cuttings months apart. I don't know how far apart, and I did the same with them as I did with the Peru. I let them grow really, really long vines. Well, you know, I actually had them in a hanging pot. I let the vine grow really, really long, and then I chopped it down to, you know, a reasonable level, and then cut node for node and potted them up in the bottom. So the bottom's getting pretty full. I just potted this up in there the other day, and so it hasn't reached the moss pole yet, but it will pretty soon. As soon as it gets up a little bit longer, I'll tuck it into the moss pole. My damn cat chews on everything. I could just smack her, but I don't know, I haven't been able to break her of it. Okay, so that's doing amazing, because I hear a lot of people say they have trouble growing the Trubii, but boy, it grows. It's happy for me. This is a spade leaf, and the leaves are getting fairly large. You know, that my hand just covers the biggest leaf. I don't know, I think that's probably the biggest leaf. And I have chopped it because I had one vine, and now I have two. I can see two pretty good sized vines going up there. So I have chopped and propped it to get the second vine. So I'm happy with that. And it's doing really well. I love this. It's such a happy plant, and it's getting up there. It doesn't have that much more to go to the top of the moss pole. And let me turn that a little bit so that this other one will show. This is the compost. Oh dear, that needs to get onto the moss pole. This is the compost spore. I don't know how you say it. Compost spore tuanum. People say it all kinds of fancy ways, but it's got me. It's a pretty plant. It suffered brutally during the thrips outbreak, and there again I had one vine of it, and now I think I have 2 or 3. Here's another one. There's a little baby right, well, if I can get there. There's a baby coming there, and another baby. Well, come on, focus camera. Another baby. This is another baby that I propagated. That's the one that was hanging over there in the spade leaf. I need to corral that one back to the pole. And now this is one. This is not from Suzette. I don't remember when I got it. It's supposed to be a golden violin. I don't even remember where I got it. I've had it quite a while. And it was in a little, one of those little 4-inch pots or something. I think I probably got it at the grocery store. That's where I get my weird plants. And it was one of those $6.99 ones. And it's probably tripled in size since I've had it. And it kind of reminds me of the horse head, only the leaves aren't, the tongue part of the leaf isn't as long as the horse head. And it's supposed to have the, look at that new leaf coming in. I'm having trouble with leaves, you know, getting stuck in their sheaths. I'm not going to mess with it here because it'll, well, looks like it's going to come out. Yeah. Let's see if it'll slide out of there. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It'll come out when it's ready. I've been going around spraying, looking, checking for those and spraying because it's been so dry here. Today's the first day we've had rain in a long time. Well, we had a little sprinkle the other night, but it was not enough to do anything. So that's about it. Now I'm going to turn around. I'm going to dodge the lazy dog in her bed. She put her ball up on my footstool. I'm going to try to get around over to, oops, my dining room table. Just a second, I'm trying to turn my light off. Well, never mind. I hope she doesn't run across there. Okay, I just finished these Mosaic pots, cover pots, because I'm such a junker and I like to reuse stuff. This is one of the Ripsalis plants that I got cuttings from. I bought one of the 6 cuttings group bundle that I bought, and this is a plastic case, but it's real strong, thick plastic, so I did a mosaic on it. I need heavier pots to hold up my lightweight starter cups, and kind of hard to see through the, there, maybe that'll show up. See the roots? Well, okay, camera, focus, please. It isn't going to, but there is a root down there. I don't know. That's about as good as it's going to do. I don't know. There. Okay, that's, and this is the Ripsalis nelsoni. Anyway, that can live in there for a little bit longer. And this one little piece that I have Velcro tape on the stick is one piece. It's the only piece of all the little cuttings that she sent, and I made extra off of them that hasn't rooted yet. And here is one of the ones that they were big, long pieces that she sent, so I chopped some of them down, and you can kind of see right here. Lighting is just horrible today. I thought it'd be better because it's not too backlit bright, but anyway, this is a cutting off of, or a new growth point off of one of the stems. This is an old, I don't know, a floppy disk or CD case or something. I saved it because I'm such a junker, and you know, anyway. And then this is, what is this thing? Oh, this was done on a, I don't know, one of those tin buckets. with the little stupid little handle on it. I pulled the handle off. So I just did kind of a crazy thing, and it's, I don't know what to say. It's just my brain, not on drugs, but it's my brain. It's what I have to live with, guys. So this is what's going on in my brain. Anyway, and this is a piece when my rickrack cactus got tipped over by the cats. It broke several stems off, so I stuck them in a little pot, and they've rooted, and there's one piece that hasn't, but anyway, I don't really need another one. So those are mosaics. So that's about it. Later I will go around and do some house tour, one room at a time, maybe. So anyway, it's not a real long video, but it's what I got for now. Okay, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like it if you do. We'll see you later. Bye now.